Hello City fans, welcome to the channel dedicated to the most vibrant club in England. Today, we bring you unmissable updates on Manchester City, one of the giants of world football. Before we start, you know the drill, right? Leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about City. Manchester City, under the management of Pep Guardiola, is facing a challenging period this season. Despite the coach's brilliant track record, which includes 6 Premier League titles and over 15 major trophies, the team's current performance does not reflect the consistency fans are used to seeing. With a recent 2-1 loss to Manchester United, City has now suffered 5 defeats in 16 league matches, alongside 8 losses in their last 11 games across all competitions. This unexpected run has raised questions about Guardiola's future at the club, even after he renewed his contract until 2027. Despite the underwhelming results, Manchester City's board remains steadfast in its support for the manager. Khaldoon Al-Mubarak and Sheikh Mansour, the club's leaders, believe Guardiola is the best choice to overcome this difficult phase. In a recent interview, Guardiola made it clear that he would not resign but acknowledged that results could determine his future. "Results dictate whether I stay," he said, admitting that the decision would rest with the club if performances continue to disappoint. However, rumors suggest that any attempt by Guardiola to step down would be rejected. The board is prepared to make significant investments in the January transfer window, with reports of a $200 million budget for strategic reinforcements. One of the most glaring issues this season has been the absence of Rodri. The Spaniard's prolonged injury has left a significant gap in midfield, directly affecting the team's balance. To address this, City is evaluating several reinforcement options. The most talked about name at the moment is Brazilian Ederson, currently at Atalanta. Considered one of the best midfielders in Europe, he stands out for his versatility and control of the game. However, signing him would require an investment of approximately $42 million. Another prominent name is Martin Zubimendi of Real Sociedad. The Spaniard, known for his defensive solidity and technical ability, is seen as an ideal reinforcement. However, his release clause, valued at $52 million, could prove to be a stumbling block for the club. A more affordable alternative has recently emerged: Joshua Kimmich of Bayern Munich. With his contract expiring at the end of the season, Kimmich could be available for as little as $10 million in January. The German, renowned for his leadership and versatility, is a familiar figure to Guardiola, who coached him at Bayern and considers him one of the best players in the world. The possibility of a reunion between the two excites fans and promises to shake up the transfer market. In addition to potential arrivals, there are also speculations about major departures from the current squad. Jack Grealish, signed for $100 million, has struggled to establish himself. His inconsistent performances have raised doubts about his future at the club, and he could be sold as part of a squad restructuring. This overhaul reflects the need for adjustments to ensure City regains its competitiveness and resumes its fight for titles in all competitions. Guardiola, known for his tactical mindset and leadership, is facing one of his greatest challenges since joining Manchester City. This season has brought not only on-field difficulties, but also off-field issues, such as the growing pressure for results and the impact of injuries to key players. Recent defeats have highlighted defensive vulnerabilities and a midfield lacking the dynamism seen in previous seasons. Without Rodri, the backbone of Guardiola's system, the team has struggled to maintain possession and dictate the tempo of matches. This absence, coupled with the underperformance of players like Grealish and even some veterans, has intensified the need for changes. Guardiola, however, has a history of overcoming adversity. Since arriving at the club, he has faced difficult moments but has rebuilt the team, creating one of the most dominant eras in English football. He is not just a coach, he is a visionary, someone who consistently finds creative solutions to turn challenges into triumphs. The January transfer window is historically a tough time for major signings. However, with a significant budget of up to $200 million, Manchester City is well positioned to secure impactful reinforcements. In addition to the already mentioned Ederson, Zubimendi, and Kimmich, other speculations include both emerging talents and seasoned players. The board is not only addressing gaps in the squad, but also seeking players who can bring leadership and experience to the decisive moments of the season. One of the club's focuses is to strike a balance between youth and experience. Players like Kimmich, with extensive high-level competition experience, and young talents like Ederson, who have much to prove, are seen as pieces that could redefine the squad's dynamics. For Manchester City, fans have always played a crucial role. Despite the current difficulties, the supporters have shown unwavering loyalty, whether in the stands or on social media. The pressure for results is immense, but the bond between the fans and the club remains strong. Many believe Guardiola has what it takes to overcome this moment, while others see the current situation as an opportunity for a deep squad renewal. Regardless of opinions, one thing is clear: Manchester City is stronger when its fans are united. Support in the stands could be the key factor needed to help the team overcome its challenges. Jack Grealish, one of the most expensive players in English football history, remains under heavy criticism. After an inconsistent first season, he was expected to become one of the team's key players, but so far he has failed to justify the $100 million investment. There are rumors that Manchester City is considering offloading the player in a potential deal to bring in new reinforcements. However, Guardiola still believes in Grealish's potential and may prefer to give him more time to fully adapt to the team's playing style. Beyond Grealish, other players are also under scrutiny. Names like Calvin Phillips, who has had limited opportunities, and Aymeric Laporte, who has fallen out of favor in the starting lineup, could be on their way out if the club opts for a broader overhaul. Despite the rocky start, it's important to remember that Manchester City is one of Europe's most resilient clubs. The Premier League title race is still open, and the team has the quality to turn things around. In the Champions League, the path is more challenging, but Guardiola knows how to adjust his team for decisive moments. The key will be rediscovering the balance and confidence that defined previous campaigns. With reinforcements arriving in January and the return of injured players, City could re-establish itself as one of the favorites in all competitions. Even amid difficulties, it's undeniable that Guardiola has already built an impressive legacy at Manchester City. He has not only brought trophies, but also revolutionized the way the team plays, setting a standard of excellence and dominance rarely seen in English football history. If he decides to leave before 2027, his contribution to the club will be remembered as one of the most significant of all time. However, his determination and passion for the project suggest he is far from giving up. With a packed schedule, every game becomes crucial for Manchester City. The team needs to find consistency, especially against direct rivals in the Premier League and in the knockout stages of the Champions League. Fans can expect tactical changes and possibly new players joining the squad. Guardiola is known for making quick adjustments, and it's likely we will see a more solid and motivated team in the coming weeks. One of Pep Guardiola's greatest qualities is his ability to attract world-class talent. Many players choose Manchester City not just for the club's infrastructure, but for the opportunity to work with a manager widely regarded as one of the greatest in football history. Guardiola's name carries weight in negotiations. He is a coach who develops players, enhances their skills, and often elevates their careers to new heights. This reputation is a significant asset for City in the transfer market, particularly amid rumors linking players like Joshua Kimmich, Martin Zubimendi, and others to the club. Kimmich, for instance, worked with Guardiola at Bayern Munich and experienced significant development under his guidance. The possibility of a reunion between the two is exciting for fans and the player himself, who might be seeking new challenges outside Germany. This season has not only been a trial for Guardiola, but also a moment for the club to reassess its identity. For years, Manchester City has been synonymous with attacking football, dominance in possession, and quick transitions. However, the absence of Rodri and the inconsistent performances of other players have forced Guardiola to adapt his strategies. He has experimented with different formations, explored new roles for his players, and even adjusted the playing style to cope with limitations. These changes, though challenging, could mark the beginning of a new phase for Manchester City. As in previous seasons when Guardiola reinvented his team, this difficult period may lead to innovations that further cement the club's position at the top of European football. Jack Grealish remains a polarizing figure at Manchester City. While some fans believe he still has much to offer, others question whether he will reach the level expected to justify the club's record investment. Behind the scenes, there is speculation that City might include Grealish in a swap deal for new signings. Although this would be a risky decision, it could provide an opportunity to refresh the squad with players better suited to Guardiola's tactical needs. In addition to Grealish, players like Calvin Phillips, João Cancelo, back from loan, and even Phil Foden are facing varying levels of pressure to deliver more. The upcoming transfer window will be crucial not only for bringing in reinforcements, but also for deciding who will remain at the club for the rest of the season. Manchester City is known for its smart operations in the transfer market. In recent years, the club has shown its ability to identify promising talents and secure impactful signings. In January, the primary focus will be on strengthening the midfield and possibly adding more options to the defensive line. Rodri's absence exposed the lack of depth in certain areas, which City is eager to address immediately. Moreover, the board is keeping an eye on players who can make a long-term difference. Young talents like the aforementioned Ederson from Atalanta and experienced players like Kimmich are seen as solutions that can bring balance to the squad. Injuries have been one of Manchester City's biggest challenges this season. Rodri's prolonged absence was only the tip of the iceberg. Players like Kevin De Bruyne, who also struggled with fitness issues, left gaps that the team has found difficult to fill. For Guardiola, dealing with injuries is nothing new, but this season the absences have been particularly impactful, given the level of competition and the intensity of matches. The hope is that with the transfer window, the club can mitigate these problems by adding more depth to the squad. Despite all the adversity, Guardiola remains determined to succeed. He is known for his ability to motivate his players, even during the toughest times, and for his skill in turning crises into opportunities. Guardiola has faced similar challenges in his career, both at Barcelona and Bayern Munich. In both cases, he emerged stronger, implementing changes that yielded impressive results. At Manchester City, the story is expected to be no different. Manchester City's fans have played a vital role throughout this season. Even in the face of difficulties, the passion and unwavering support from the stands have been a source of inspiration for the players. The relationship between the club and its fans is one of City's strengths. Tough moments are inevitable, but the connection between the supporters and the team remains solid. This energy could make all the difference in helping the club recover this season. As Manchester City faces one of its most challenging periods under Guardiola's leadership, there is a sense that this is just one chapter in a larger story. The club has the resources, talent, and leadership needed to overcome this phase and continue building its legacy. The next few weeks will be crucial. With decisive matches and the January transfer window approaching, Manchester City has the chance to redefine its season. Expectations are high, but the team has already proven capable of great achievements when it matters most. Now it's your turn, City fan. What do you think the team needs to do to get back on top? Which reinforcements are most important right now? Is Pep Guardiola still the right man to lead the club, or is it time for a change? Share your thoughts in the comments. This is your space to express your passion and discuss the future of Manchester City. This is the City News Channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. A big hug, and see you in the next video.